Hello everyone. I would like to share two stories today. The first one is The Sincere and Modest Prime Minister. This story took place during the Song Dynasty when Prime Minister Han Qi was the governor of the Xiang State. When Han Qi went to worship at the Confucius Temple, he stayed at a nearby hotel. A thief crept into his room one evening, holding a knife in his hand. The thief said, "I have no way to support myself. Please give some money." Han Qi said, "The things on the table are worth 1,000 chen. Just take them." The thief said, "If I cut off your head, the neighboring country will pay me a great deal of money for it." Han Qi bared his neck to him. Then the thief said, "Because everyone knows that you are extraordinary, I just wanted to test your generosity. Thank you for the things on the table. Please don't tell anyone." Han Qi promised. Indeed, Han Qi never mentioned this incident to anyone. Later, the thief was convicted of other crimes and was punished to death. Just before he was executed, he told people what happened. He said, "I am telling you this because I thought that no one would ever know how great Han Qi was." Although Han Qi had great achievements and enjoyed high position, he was modest. No matter how large his responsibilities were or whatever surprising things happened, he remained calm and steady. Even when his life was in danger, he did not harm others. He was always sincere and kind, whether he was dealing with officials or family members. The second story is great generosity for others. In the Song Dynasty, the Grand Commander Wang was well known for his generosity and never lost his temper. When having his meals, he would simply stop eating if the food or dishes were unclean. One time, his wife wanted to test how generous he was. She put some of the ashes from the pot into the meat soup and served it to him. Wang said he would only eat rice and not the soup. When asked why, he simply answered, "I just don't want to drink the soup today." Another time, his wife put some ashes in his bowl of rice, so he looked at it and said, "I don't have an appetite today. Just cook some porridge for me." When he was told that the meat in the kitchen was hidden by the cook, that deserved punishment for keeping food from the workers, he asked the workers, "How much meat are you supposed to have every day?" The workers said, "1 pound. But now we can eat half a pound, since the other half was hidden by the cook." Then Wang asked, "Is it enough to have 1 pound a day?" The workers replied, "Yes, if it is fully 1 pound." Wang said, "From now on, every one of you can have 1/2 pounds of meat a day." This was only one example of how Wang did not want to blame others. The gate of his courtyard was broken by others, so the housekeepers had to rebuild the gate. A small door under the porch was temporarily opened for people to enter and exit. Because the porch was low, the small door had to be lowered, so Wang had to bend down on his horseback every time he went in or out, but he never complained. When the gate was finally repaired and he was asked to use the main gate, he still remained silent and free from grievance. There was a soldier who served as Wang's horseman. When it was time for the soldier to retire, Wang asked, "How long have you served in this position?" The soldier replied, 5 years. Wang said, "Why do I not remember you?" When the soldier turned his back to him, Wang called him back immediately and said, "Oh, I remember you now." Then he gave him a lot of items and silver. It turned out that every time the soldier took his horse for him, Wang only saw his back and never saw his face. When the soldier left, he suddenly realized who he was by seeing his familiar bag. Thank you very much for listening to the story. More touching stories will be ready for you if you just subscribe it. Thank you again.